Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. Today, the 15th of January of 2022, I am doing a Mercury retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Mercury is retrograding. What does Mercury retrograde mean? It means that there will be a lot of unclarity. Things will be breaking down, any gadgets, anything that connects to mobility, so a car, a bike, anything that helps you become mobile. And that can also be speaking to mobile phones. So anything to do with technology could be breaking down at this time. Messages sent, any communication, your wires could be getting crossed. There will be mix-ups, miscommunications. Mercury, the messenger of the gods, he can be quite the trickster. So the trickster is at action right now. I will be doing a collective reading first to start off, and then I'll be going into each individual sign. You can get your own, for your personal sign, the reading through the links beneath the timestamps. Okay, so you can watch, I guess, your sun sign. If this is in relation to love, watch your Venus, if you know where your Venus is. Okay, if you're a divine masculine and you're hoping to move forward with something that you desire, even if you're a divine feminine, Mars is the power we put towards manifesting our dreams. But Mercury retrograde is very much the trickster right now, giving us mixed messages. It's not about moving forward now, dear friends. It's about, Mercury retrograde brings up things to do with the past, situations that we've dealt with in the past. We do not sign on any dotted lines right now, no contracts. We don't begin anything new. If you are dealing with something that you've dealt with in the past, then yes, this is an opportunity to redo, rehash, rethink, re-communicate. It's all about so regarding the past. And this is second and third chances to revisit a situation with Mercury retrograde, and Venus, mind you, is retrograde. Now, Mercury is starting to retrograde in Aquarius, so it's obviously affecting more the Aquarian people out there. Leo is across Aquarius, so very important for Leo and in their relationships, right? But also Mercury is going to go backwards. They say going backwards, but the planet is not really going backwards. It's our perception. It's the way we view it from Earth, that the planet is actually going backwards. But the energy that it gives off, the frequencies, are like we're going backwards in time to revisit certain situations. Not only does it affect, as I said, more importantly, Aquarius, Leo, which is opposite, and their love lives, but also the other fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, which are in square. Let's say Taurus, Scorpio are here. Mercury's up here in Aquarius, and across is Leo. So this fixed cross is mostly affected, but also those who are ruled by Mercury, Virgo and Gemini and Virgo. Anyway, those of you that are on Patreon, on tier 3, I'll be doing that today. We're looking into the astrology. Okay, we're looking at all the smallest details. So do consider joining us on Patreon if you want more information of when and how and why Mercury is retrograding in Aquarius and how it affects us all. So obviously, since he's going back into Capricorn, he's going to retrograde all the way back to Capricorn. He will also be affecting Capricorn people, across is Cancerian people, so the cardinal signs, and also Aries and Libra. For more information, as we go into a lot more details, do join us on Patreon. So let's look at the collective energies, dear Spirit. Mercury retrograde from the 14th of January of 2022 up until the 4th of February. Let's see what the energies are, what's playing out with Mercury retrograding, and this year he's actually retrograding. The trickster is doing his tricks four times this year. So what are the energies pertaining to the collective and in relation to Mercury retrograde? The Mercury retrograde season, and Aquarius is all about the mind. So the trickster is playing with our mind. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy chapter in our lives. Let's see how it will show up potentially around us, collectively. And remember, Mercury is also communication. It's business, collaboration with others. It does rule commerce. It can pertain to politics as well, which is Aquarius, large groups of people, siblings, neighbors. The confusion is all around. Anyway, so let's see what's going on. Eight of Wands. Now remember, I'm not reading reversals. So communication connected to family, marriage, commitments, large groups of people, big companies. The Hierophant is hierarchy, so it can speak to leaders, of course, people that are in positions of power, in relation to our religion, our beliefs. Okay, remember that also in a few days, the nodes are shifting into Taurus, Scorpio, and Uranus is there, and Uranus can be quite shocking, revealing. Now, Mercury is also connecting to Pluto. So there's a lot of things that have been hidden that will be shown to us. We're being given 3 chances to figure things out, things that have been hidden. Taurus, we've got Taurus and we've got some Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Okay, so mixed signals connected to the Taurian energy. As I said, Taurus can speak to values, love. Remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and she's up there retrograding in the sign of Capricorn. And we know also that the Hierophant can be very, it could be someone that wise, that we're sort of looking into answers for, someone that is in a position to give us the wisdom. There are choices that we're looking at as well. If it's not you, it's another person. A choice between two situations, 2 connections, 2 relationships, 2 matters. Two of Pentacles is things are up in the air. We don't really know what's going on. We don't know what's going on right now. Okay, 2 of Pentacles is we're trying to find our balance, trying to do too much, in too little time. It feels as though time is just racing through. And thankfully, on one count, it is great because no Mercury retrograde is very comfortable. It's not an easy energy, especially with Venus retrograding too in Capricorn. Capricorn, and I'm mentioning Capricorn as well because obviously Venus is there, and that's where Mercury will be stationing to turn direct. So it's a lot about limitations, restrictions, doors that have been locked, blocked, situations to do with the past. We're needing to mature. Mercury's trying to bring a bit of fresh energy into something that was old, something that we need to let go of, that hasn't been working. We are going through a lot of transformation. 10 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 2 and 3 of Pentacles. And we've got Cancer. We've got Cancer, which is the full moon happening in a few days, in about 3 days. We're in those energies already. Cancer does speak to family. There is a lot that is closing up. This is Cancer full moon. Cancer full moon is happening on the axis Cancer and Capricorn, of course. Those on Patreon, just letting you know, I've already done the Cancer full moon astrology. Those of you that are on tier 2 and 3, you get to visit, you get to see, you get to unlock the mysteries of full moons. A full moon in Cancer. This is a very special, very important full moon, as we haven't had a full moon in Cancer last year. Last year. The last time we had a full moon in Cancer, people, was in 2020 in January. So this is pointing to 2 years back. This could be a situation pertaining to 2 years ago. But we're overcoming obstacles. There is Pluto. There is Scorpio. Scorpio, Taurus. Do not expect the details. Not at least until, I would say, mid-February, around Valentine's Day. Why? The nodes are shifting into Taurus, Scorpio. They're shifting. So there's a great change. There's a great, big, huge ending that's coming through. And that's because we've got Cancer, which is a full moon in Cancer. Something connected to the past, our family, our heritage, our mothers, motherly issues. Something is ending. Because obviously our values are shifting. The collective fated potential or path is shifting. The nodes shifting is related to the collective, which obviously relates to us as well in our personal lives. So it's interesting that we don't have any swords in the reading. There are no swords, which swords are air, and Mercury it rules the mind, it rules logic. It's more pertaining to more earthly matters, which earth speaks to our securities, things of grounding, energies that are very grounding. Okay, so even though Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, it's leaning more towards a grounding, a sense of grounding, and our securities connected to our financial, economical situations, but also things that could be real and not only relative to thought process. So I would say it's, try and ground yourself, because with the Two of Pentacles and even the Eight of Wands, which are, the wands are flying through the air. Yes, there is the potential for communication. Maybe the communication is blocked because of family, whatever the Hierophant speaks to for you. Is it anything relative to wisdom, to knowledge, to your philosophies? Is it anything relative to your beliefs? It's as though here with the Two of Pentacles, things are up in the air. We're in two minds about something that we're needing to leave behind. Pluto speaks to feeling rich. It speaks to a plethora. So a plethora of situations for everyone, but it also is very transformative. Yes, it can speak to the ability to go deep. Scorpio is anything that's hidden, anything that was secretive. Remember, I said that Mercury is connecting to Pluto. So we're going to have 3 chances to figure things out. And I would say that more than likely, the 3rd chance would be around Valentine's Day, and even before that. That will be sort of the make or break moment, because that's the 3rd connection of Mercury with Pluto. That's sort of the key. That is the key to unlock anything that's been of mystery, anything that was hidden. Now, on a collective scale, this can speak to lots of secrets coming up relative to people that are in positions of power, leaders. A lot of hidden information can come through concerning the plutocracy, those rich and famous in the world. Okay. Now we've got the Ten of Cups here, which are cycles that are ending. We're coming up to a big ending here, and possibly the work that we've done could provide us, we've got that seed that we're planting here. Three of Pentacles is usually three people in a situation, or it can also speak to a potential successful stage that we get to, and possibly, being put in charge to overcome any obstacles. We've sort of figured things out. This could also speak to movement, right? And when I say movement, I mean literal movement, moving homes, changing jobs, leaving a marriage. Something is ending within the area of our home, and it's also in opposition. This ending is in opposition to our goals and our, what inspires us to move forward. What is it that we've been working or we're working on to accomplish? Something will be shown to us there. Let's see. What is the Karma Dharma? So we've got Cancer, Taurus, and Scorpio that are the most potent energies here. Scorpio, of course, is money coming through from other sources, your partner's income. It could speak to a loan, the bank, wills, inheritance, and also very strong sexual deep connections. Taurus is our values, everything that we love, our securities, our resources, what we have. Cancer is it's that we need nurturing. If we haven't had any nurturing, if we haven't felt secure, that's why we're ending something and potentially moving towards something that will give us more security. And even though it's conflictual, we're following, those stars. He's got the stars above him, and that does speak to the Aquarian energy. So doing things very differently. Those sudden tower moments. Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is in Taurus. This is rebellion, revolution. This is changes that are unexpected and that are very hard to make. And they are in relation to love. Gemini is here, so I did say it leans more towards the Virgo energy, but we've got Gemini here, which is very important. And my readings recently have had a state of urgency, a sense of urgency to make a decision, to choose, to have those conversations, to collaborate, to communicate, to send out those messages or not. And I feel that you need to trust your intuition. Yes, Mercury retrograde is a good time to try and figure things out that have been very confusing, but not start a new situation. If you're dealing with a love connection or someone that's got a choice in love, whether it's you or the other person, if this is you having a second chance to re-look, revamp, re-talk, then it's the right time, because Mercury retrograde gives you the power to do that. So we are overcoming obstacles. There's a sense of, even though we're turning a difficult corner, 7 is also a quarter, 7 years are a quarter cycle of Saturn, which is us turning a difficult chapter in our lives, but we've got the potential, as long as we've decided these two horses, sphinxes, instead of being segregated, he's in a position of power. So we need to believe that the power is in and within our own hands to move forward, to make a decision. Know that there are very powerful energies now that are shifting, okay? Number 6 speaks to balance and harmony. It speaks to 6 is also, remember, it's the house of Virgo. So we've got the time to go within. Virgo energy is the potential to read between the lines, right? Very good with the details. So take time out. Search your soul. take some quiet time and look within. Look within. Use your logic, which is not going to be easy, but listen to your heart. That's what I feel is the message here. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is a portal. Again, twos speak to choices. They speak to a potential choice being made, which a choice to put an end to something, to release something from your life. Okay, where there's been maybe an imbalance so that you could grow. This is the ability to grow. And there's 5 pentacles here. 5, again, is the Hierophant. 5 speaks to regrets. It speaks to 2 people feeling like they're left out in the cold. 5 speaks to the differences from one person to the other. Maybe not such a perfect relationship, not such a fitting relationship. And many times it does speak to many differences from one person to another. 2 souls that maybe are not the perfect match from the outside, but from within, if this is a love situation, from within. So 2 souls that have joined, that have come together, even though their wrapping, their surrounding, their environments do not match, but the soul's purpose, the soul's calling must be heard more than, what is able to be seen on the outside, the wrapping, let's say. So that's what I see here, everyone. So there are choices in love. Obviously, we're closing up a cycle. We've got the ability to work on something, to take charge and move forward. And let's not get stuck in the past. Let's not get stuck in even a lack of information, because Scorpio does speak to secrecy. If there is a lack of information, remember the Death card is death comes first and then the resurrection comes after. So we're going deep. We are going deep, and Mercury has got the ability to connect with Pluto and bring up those hidden messages, from the depths of Pluto, of Hades. Okay, and those messages will also be communicated to the collective. So expect lots of news to come through beginning of February, and I would say more so after the 5th, because that's when Mercury, and even before the 5th, let's say February, Mercury stops, and therefore his power is huge. Now he's starting slowly to retrograde, as he started his retrograde yesterday. So he's very powerful. We've already noticed things, the phone, your cell phone, mobile phone has been playing up. Misunderstandings have already started to show up. It's just been really, really hard. And you'll see a lot of weird things happening collectively outside of us, but also within our own lives and our own environments. Anyway, so I'm going to say also that as the sun will ingress into Cancer, that will be a very important time for all of us. So we've got Gemini and Cancer. Expect a lot to be happening around that time because we've got a 6 and a 7, which means transitioning, okay? So very important months, or I should say times, the time of Gemini and the time of Cancer. And we've also got Taurus here. So Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So take it as it resonates for you. Let's go now on to the first sign, which is Capricorn. Okay, dear Capricorn, here we go. Let's see what's going on for you. I am leaving the Karma Dharma, which is the general energy, and it's got a lot to do with love, and I'm not at all surprised that the Lovers has come through. Let's see, dear Capricorn, what's going on for you. 3 cards, dear Spirit, for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and your North Node. You can watch all those signs. So you've got the Moon, you've got the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So this has got to do with your home, your family. Could speak to a marriage as well. The Moon is usually Cancer, Pisces, but obviously with this full moon going on, dear Capricorn, in Cancer, it's obviously relative to your relationships. Doesn't only have to be love relationships, it could be all your relationships, but for many of you, it can relate to marriage as well. So things will be shown. There is a cycle that you are ending at this time. There's unknown things going on, maybe even behind your back, connected to family, connected also to a marriage here. I mean, there's trust issues with the Nine of Wands, which does speak to someone putting up a wall, sort of blocking the information or not trusting, because look at the way he's looking straight at the moon. Obviously, there are secrets here connected to the family, maybe even to your mother, your home, in relation to the past. Because we've got the Four of Wands, which is, it's like a portal that opens up for you. And it's that, you know, that energy is the 1111, the Four of Wands. Four of Wands does speak to celebration as well. So family coming together. There is a potential for a celebration. But remember, because I'm not reading reversals, things are going to be shown to you. You've gone through a hard time, obviously, dear Capricorn, with Pluto transiting through your sign. It's obvious. And obviously, Venus as well. It's not an easy time. I see, because you've got anything to do with your desires, the ability to create, whatever gives you that ability to feel secure, in your life, because we've got 13 wands here, and 13 is Scorpio. Scorpio speaks to Pluto. So it's like you're clearing out. Something is coming up that will be shown to you, and you are clearing something out concerning family, marriage. This could also speak to an ending. It can speak to an ending of a marriage, because I'm thinking also of the collective message. If you haven't watched it, please do, okay, because they're the general energies, and the collective reading ends with Cancer, the Chariot, which means, and we've had the Ten of Cups there as well, which is a cycle that's ending. For some of you, this is, you're putting an end, maybe even making a choice, okay, making a choice, whether this is, some of you may have been in a marriage where you're leaving a marriage for a divine union, okay. Now, there's been a lot of secrecy and maybe even deception here. I don't know if it's you or if it's the other people in your life, okay, on one hand. On another hand, this could also speak to a potential for someone coming back from your past, okay, because Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde do bring situations and people back from the past. So this could also speak to potential that something is coming through. The light is, Spirit is bringing you the light to show you what you need to end. And you've gone through a lot, obviously, but you're still standing. You are very strong. Capricorn is Saturn ruled, and you are very strong people. So you've got the ability through the hardships and through the clarity that's coming through to be able to feel much more safe and secure in either holding on to a past relationship. So this could also be potentially a long-term commitment. That, you've been waiting for someone to come back from the past. Maybe they've made a choice, you've made a choice, but the potential is a celebration here. Okay, and maybe even a second chance at an old relationship. So it can go either way. Remember, this is a general reading, so do take it with a grain of salt. Also watch your other signs for more information. This could also relate to your family, to matters to do with your mother. Okay, so it's a lot about choices, Gemini, you know, using your logic, making a choice between two situations, not knowing what to do. Okay, this could also speak to a sense of the ability to collaborate with others to bring a sense of security and stability in your life. This can also speak to partnerships where business is concerned. Okay, all right, I think that's what I have for you, dear Capricorn. I'm wishing you well. And you could also be relating, obviously, to a fire sign, because we had a few wands there, or another Pisces, another Cancer. All right, let's go on to the next sign. Next sign is Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node in Aquarius. So Mercury retrograde, dear Spirit, for Aquarius. Let's see what's going on, Aquarius. And this is where Mercury is retrograding. So dear Aquarius, this is very important for you as well. 9 of Wands, Queen of Swords, and Justice. So you may be dealing with a Libra. Okay, could be a Libra, could be a Gemini, of course, as well. This could also be your energy, but Libra is, it's a major arcana here. You could be dealing with a karmic situation, legalities, okay, re-looking at situations, communications, trying to find balance after disharmony. The Justice card does say that there's a potential that you will come into fairness and justice and harmony concerning your relationships to other people. Now we see that there's a lot of distrust. The 9 of Wands is someone that's been wounded, okay, where their desires, where their passion is concerned. The 9 of Wands could speak to someone having closed the door on you, some situation concerning and pertaining to the past, where there's been a lot of distrust, a lack of communication and truths. But the Queen of Swords, she's very discerning, okay? She's got the power of the mind. Remember, Queen of Swords is usually Libra. We've got double the energies of Libra, which does speak to your relationships to other people maybe in your life, or anything to do with litigation and other relationships in your life. Okay, 9 of Wands, we've got a lot of fire and air. So a lot to do with that, you know, intelligence, perception. Mercury retrograde is very positive in the sense it gives you the ability to rehash, redo, relook at things. And remember the fact that the Queen of Swords, she's very much about, you know, the power of the mind. Queen of Swords is usually a divorcee or someone who's in a process of separation, or she can speak to lots of communication that will bring a sense of clarity and balance and positive karma, because justice is positive karma. So this looks like a wall is coming down. There'll be a lot of communication. And remember that the Queen of Swords is usually someone that's very fair. For those of you that, because she does speak her truth, even though it's cutting, for those of you where there's been, or there will be miscommunication or confusion, that will clear. The Queen of Swords has got the power to clear the air through truths, through a strong ability to perceive the truth, to cut through any crap or any miscommunication or confusion, and then balance things out in your life. And as I said, legalities are very, very in your reading here. Remember the collective message, which was the final card was Cancer, the ability to even though we're going through a difficult chapter, we've got the ability to move. So this could also speak to some of you speaking, or, you know, a door, a portal opening for you towards even divorce or separation. But this is obviously the potential to start something new in a more balanced and more fair way. So maybe even a new chapter in your life that will give you a sense of freedom, because we know that Aquarius is very much about intelligence, ingenious. Aquarius is that ingenious mind, and with Mercury retrograding there, it's about, you know, a lot of perception and a lot of truths coming up. Now, even if it is hard to bear, the truth does set us free. Remember, Saturn has been retrograding in your sign, which has posed a lot of restrictions and a lot of hard work for you. But there is a sense of freedom with Saturn, which is some form of a karmic cycle that you've been dealing with. Saturn in Aquarius can bring in a sense of revelations, freedom, truths, and those blockages falling away, especially with the swords here. All right, dear Aquarius, so that's what I have for you. Let's go on to the next sign. Pisces. So, dear Spirit, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node in Pisces, those of you that are familiar with those details of your birth chart. Pisces, and dear Pisces, you've got Jupiter transiting your sign, which can speak to magic, but Jupiter potentially connecting with Neptune can either bring more confusion or it can bring magic, a very strong spiritual connection. Let's see. Pisces, dear Spirit, Pisces and Mercury retrograde. We have the Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and a Tower, and the Magician. This is a beautiful, absolutely, because whatever is changing for you, dear Pisces, whatever is changing can bring you, you know, a new beginning. I mean, you know, the Magician, yes, he's the trickster, yes, he's Mercury. This could speak to a new beginning. It's a potential new beginning through a major shift. Ten of Pentacles speaks to family, can speak to marriage. This, you know, Page of Pentacles, something that you've been either studying potentially, or you've got a child, or you're dealing with someone that's a little bit immature, young at heart. This is someone that's going through a learning curve connected to possibly finances or a sense of stability. Ten of Pentacles does speak to family, marriage, okay, extended family, your own family, as well as a sense of closing up a chapter where, you know, with the Tower is an awakening. It's an abrupt awakening that you're going through, but this major shift is very positive, as you've got the Magician here, which, you know, the stars are aligning for you right now to that the chapter you're closing up will potentially give you the power to manifest. Now, this could be even a spiritual awakening through going through a difficult chapter, because Ten of Pentacles is a sense of security, feeling safe and secure within your environment, but your environment is changing. And this could also speak to, if not your environment, then this is within. This is your internal self. Your psyche is going through a major shift, and therefore possibly a new beginning if your internal self, your psyche is going through a major awakening, then slowly you will start to have the ability to change your external, okay, your environment. Now, the Magician also speaks to Virgo, not only Gemini. We've got Pluto here. Pluto and Mars. Mars is in Sagittarius. It's in a fire sign. It's heading up to Capricorn, so it's going to be very powerful. And Mars is our desire. It's the courage to move forward. And this could also speak to some of you even leaving or possibly thinking, planning, strategizing, and leaving a family situation, maybe even a job that, this is a chapter that's ending. And I do feel that it's like you felt as though you were on you had a safety net, but that is changing, possibly putting you in a new situation where you've got the power within your hands to manifest, but it's something new. And yes, it can relate to your physical securities, your surroundings, your home life, as well as a business. Okay, so that's what I have for you, dear Pisces. I do hope that resonates. We've got a lot of earth here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, next sign, Aries. Mercury retrograde, Sun, Moon, rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node in Aries. Mercury retrograde, what's going on for Aries? How will this play out for Aries? First card just fell through. Wow. Two of Cups, soulmate, love connections, potential contract, potential agreements for Aries. Wow, okay. Seven of Swords, stealth, sneakiness. This is the Thief. Seven of Swords, it can speak to intelligence as well. And we have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups is usually the card of boredom. For me, it speaks to mischances. He's actually not in this deck. He's not actually looking at that offer, which is he's sleeping. He's dozed off. He's checked out. And we've got the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups. So I do feel that for many of you, let's take one more card on that Four of Cups. We've got the Ten of Wands. So this is a cycle ending for you, obviously, dear Aries. Obviously, this is choices. For some of you, this is maybe someone sneaking back into your life, someone that was a love connection, someone that was not on the up and up. This could be someone trying to sneak back into your life, and you're maybe either potentially not interested anymore, or you've just got so much on your plate at this time. And you could also be in another relationship that could also be the burdens of those relationships coming to an end. I mean, the Four of Cups to me can speak to mischances, but also second chances. But it looks like you're oblivious to that because you're elsewhere. You're not even looking at that offer. There is an offer on the table, but you've got so much on your hands here. I don't know if you're just got so much pressure coming from other areas of life, which could speak to work. Now the fours always speak to family and home. And remember, dear Aries, this full moon in Cancer is in a square to you, so you are being challenged by this full moon in Cancer. So obviously you're needing to end something. And I don't know if this ending of something is that you've got the power within your hands to end this, to put something to sleep fully, like put a full stop on a situation. If this is a relationship that is coming back from the past, I don't feel, and I don't know, but I feel that it's like the tables are turning, where you were hoping for someone from the past, or you were in love with someone from the past who maybe had a second choice and you were not their first choice. And this could be the tables turning, where the power is within your hands now to put that full stop and say, that's that. You were a cheater, you were a liar, you were a thief, you took from me, whatever this Seven of Swords means, because this speaks to stealth. And that's why I see here that someone is not interested. For some of you, this could be also you trying to get in touch with someone from the past. Maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, you were not able to accept their cup. And that was really burdensome for them. And potentially this is like a brand new beginning to me. The potential for a new relationship, a new partnership at work, because the Ten of Wands turns into the Ace of Wands. This could also relate to a family member. Remember that the Ten of Wands comes after the 9, and the 9 speaks to, I'm still standing, but I've been hurt. Right? So I don't know if I've got the ability to give this person a second chance, or maybe they don't know if they can give you a second chance. For a few of you out there, this is possibly a new chapter. A new chapter, but I don't know that this can play out right now, because I see you missing. You're not focusing on that cup. So maybe it's not the right timing right now. Maybe in a couple, maybe with the next Mercury retrograde, which will be in about 3 months. So 8 weeks to 8 to 10 weeks, 2-3 months ahead with the next Mercury retrograde. So keep that in mind, dear Aries. It will be different for each of you. Of course, we've got air here, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We do have some water here, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and also some fire, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. All right, let's go on to the next sign. Remember, I'm not reading reversals, so I need to just follow what the divine is telling me, what I'm feeling. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node. Gemini energy, communication with the Page of Swords may be coming through. Some truths. Someone could be spying on you through the internet, checking your social media out. Potential communication. Maybe going through a learning curve right now, learning something new. Taurus, dear spirit, for Mercury retrograde. What can be potentially showing up for Taurus? We have Scorpio, the Death card, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. You know, all these cards came through in the collective reading. Do watch that, dear Taurus, if you did not. Okay, so we've got something has ended for you. You've been going through a death and a transformation. It can speak to an intimate connection, a secretive connection, or someone's been holding secrets within a marriage. Okay, potentially if there has been another person in the story, another hidden connection, because this could also be in relation to work or 3 people in a situation. We've got a portal that's opening, a potential for celebration and expansion and growth. With that Three of Pentacles. This can also speak to an ending of a marriage because of a third person. So obviously someone has the ability to, and you know, there's a portal opening. 1111 speaks to that a portal that opens at a certain time, the possibility to celebrate, to be happy within a more of a long-term connection, but that's still at the early stages. Because I'm going to say that obviously we know that Scorpio is something long-term. It's a death and a transformation that's playing out. Now the nodes are shifting in Taurus, Scorpio, so your lives, dear Taurus, will be fundamentally shifting greatly, and it's like you're going through a very long 18 months process here. Now, where business is related here, money coming through from others, there's a potential for a celebration or a new chapter that opens up here, and the ability to be noticed with what it is that you do. Potentially, you've maybe been going through many changes here, again, in relation to business. Maybe there's been some sort of an ending in relation to some sort of a project, something to do with what you're building on, what you desire to build on. I want to take one more on that Three of Pentacles. And we've got the Ace of Cups, which potentially this is a gift that comes through from Spirit, a new love connection, a new chapter in your life, connected to things that make you happy. Okay, if you've been in two minds about making a choice between a marriage, because some of you may have been in a secretive connection, a love affair, the potential is, because we're also having a full moon in Capricorn, a full moon in Cancer, which for you is in your area of values, money, property, and also Uranus is turning direct within your sign. So if there's been no changes, no ability to change, you're going to have a Tower moment, which is going to be like an awakening. You're going to see who truly you value in your life, who is truly valuing you. And you're going to make the necessary changes. You'll be forced to make those necessary changes. Will be very life-changing for you. So potentially a brand new beginning in love, ending a marriage because of a third person. So you're seeing who truly you value, and even though you've been you are very stable in your life and you don't like change, Uranus is sort of bringing all those sudden Tower moments to you, and they're guided through Spirit. So obviously this Spirit wants what's good for you. And Uranus is bringing in those changes, even though it can be very difficult for you, especially with the nodes. So your North Node, you're needing to face your North Node, so getting out of your comfort zone. But please know, dear Taurus, that these are positive, fated changes that are happening for you. Very positive with the North Node in your sign. So I will leave it there, dear Taurus. Good luck. Ace of Cups, take that cup that is overflowing. Love yourself. Okay, even though you're going through challenges, don't forget to love yourself so that you could possibly get through this next 18 months. Next sign, Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node. Gemini and Mercury retrograding. Obviously, it's very important for you as Mercury is your ruling planet. What is coming up from the past? What are you needing to see, to redo potentially? Gemini, dear Spirit. Please watch the collective reading, the introduction, as it does explain a lot about this Mercury retrograde. We have the Three of Cups, the Hermit, and the Ace of Swords. I need to restart my camera. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, the Hermit, and the Ace of Swords. You know, the Hermit and Virgo seem to always show up for Gemini. Why do I notice it? Why do I remember it? Because I'm a Virgo. And we know Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So Three of Cups can speak to a past celebration or not, in relation to three people, family, a group collaboration, a rekindling of a relationship. We know that the Hermit is very opposing to the energy of the Three of Cups. You know, this could also speak to three siblings or a third person in a love connection. Now, the Hermit speaks to someone taking the time out to go within. It's someone seeking the wisdom, connecting to spirit, trying to see the light after a lot of confusion. The Hermit does speak to a wise one. Maybe you're connecting to someone that is guiding you. Maybe this is your inner light guiding you, those of you that are very spiritually inclined, or you're seeking advice, you're seeking the truth. This could also be some of you if you have a sense that there's a third person, someone, Three of Cups can also speak to gossip or just a third person within your life that is bringing a sense of imbalance, and you're seeking guidance. Now, the Hermit could also speak to health matters. Virgo does speak to practical, spiritual health, mental health, psychological health. The Hermit could also pose as a detective. Maybe someone's doing their detective work on you. But someone is seeking the light here, whether it's you or another person. Remember, this is a 9. What comes after the Hermit is the Wheel of Fortune, which can speak to justice or the wheel of fate turning. This is a teacher, nevertheless. This is someone that's very knowledgeable. Okay, and we've got the Ace of Swords, which speaks to someone seeing the light. And we know that the Ace of Swords is powerful. It's a victory card. It's a potential to see the light and sever ties with that third person or someone that's been gossiping behind your back. I mean, this could speak to social media. It can speak to someone checking you out. Remember, was it you or was it Taurus, where we saw the Page of Swords? I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think it was you. So someone could be checking you out through social media. Someone's in hiding. They're hiding in the shadows, hiding in the dark. No communication. Maybe this is no communication within, at some point there was a lot of celebration here. 3 of Cups is like going out, mingling with others, or just celebrating or rekindling a past situation. But you get to see the light. You get to see the truth. And obviously, this truth is what will give you a sense of freedom. There's communication, there's truth coming through, there's a potential victory, and obviously this is in relation to your perception, communications, clearing the air through that inner guidance as well. And remember, it's an ace, so you've got an ace up your sleeve. Let's take one more on that Ace of Swords. And we've got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is usually Sagittarius, could be Leo, could be Aries. This is someone who is taking action. Knights are all about travel, movement, desire, the ability to create. Remember, the Knight of Wands holds that Ace of Wands. This is usually a player or someone that's very much about being driven from within, that fire that burns within their heart and their soul. This is taking action to create through letting go of anything that was unhealthy or that's brought you to a position of needing to be in solitude, looking for your answers. Now, remember, the Knight of Wands could also be someone who's a bit of a player. So those of you that are figuring out someone's been playing you, and it could also speak to someone that's at a distance, physical distance to you, someone who also could be from a different religion, different area of the world. But nevertheless, we've got the Ace of Wands that he carries. So it speaks to the ability to create something that you desire. Now, fire and air is it's strong. It works well together. There will be a lot of action moving forward, severing ties from anything that was unhealthy for you, anything that was challenging your psychological health, your physical health. And we know that the Hermit could also be a doctor. So some of you may now be feeling much more powerful You're seeing the light. Remember, the Ace of Wands that he carries is like, it's like a seed. You've got the ability to plant a new seed. And the Ace of Wands is also seeing the light. The light goes on. So potential for new beginnings could also be in relation to letting go of something that was unhealthy, as I said before, but also the ability to start something new. Start something new. It could be a new chapter for some of you if you were in a physical distance and someone maybe was not communicating. They were going through their own issues maybe, and now they're coming in. They're communicating. You're seeing the light. Possibly this could be a rekindling for some of you. It will be different for each of you. This is a general reading, remember. And also, some of you that have been carrying beliefs, some dogmatic beliefs of the past with that South Node in Sagittarius. Some of you could be closing the chapter, letting go of some karmic chapter to do with the past. As I said, that could relate to someone that was a bit of a player, but others of you sort of letting go of those dogmatic restrictions that held you back from a relationship to and a connection to someone that was at a distance. This could also be someone who's coming in, traveling towards you. Okay, so it will be different for each of you. Let's go on to the next sign. Good luck, dear Gemini. We are now looking at the sign of Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node. Mercury retrograde for Cancer. Now, it's a very important time for you, dear Cancer, with a full moon. You haven't had a full moon in your sign since the beginning of 2020. So what is ending for you? The Sun moving through your 7th house of relationships is showing you. It's bringing the light so that you could see what you need to let go of, what you need to complete, which relationships in your life need to go so that you could start a new chapter. Cancer. We have, interesting, as we know that the Empress is a mother, and the moon, which is very strong in your sign, can also show or speak to motherhood issues or anything to do with a mother, anything to do with your past, your home. Now, the Empress does speak to the ability to manifest, expand, have the ability to receive a sense of abundance. This is Venus. Now, dear Cancer, Venus is also retrograding in your house of relationships. Wow. 2 of Cups. Oh my goodness. And the 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Now, this could be a choice between your mother and your lover. Okay, because of course the Empress can be a mother figure. It could be maybe even as an energy, a seed that you've planted from the past. You've been very patient with this, with a love connection. It is connected to love. We've got the 2 of Cups, which is a soulmate connection, an agreement, the ability to feel balanced, or not, because I'm not reading reversals. We've got the 9 of Pentacles and another 2. And the General is the Lovers, which is a choice between 2 people. Now, a second choice is the mother for some of you, and there's a full moon going on in your first house. So all related to your personal life, your family life, your connection with your mother, whether you've got the ability to feel love, safe, securing in your environment, in your life or not. But I do see you, because we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is the single card. but also someone who knows their worth. This is the Virgo card. Now, you're looking very closely at the details. We know the Nine of Pentacles is it's a card of abundance, 9 Pentacles, but nines also bring a sense of endings, where you need to be able to stand strong. And since you know your self-worth and you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, you're feeling abundant and secure in yourself. The doors open with the Two of Wands. The world is your oyster here. So obviously you're making a choice, and it's got a lot to do with your values and the ability to stand on your own. Now, for some of you, I don't know if this is a mother figure, which is a third person, or that second choice, whether you're choosing your mother or your relationship. Some of you are like, I feel with this card and the mother here, I feel as though many of you are sort of cutting that umbilical cord to do with your mother or your home. And you're more ready to take a risk on love or on a partnership. I don't know whether it gave you a sense of abundance before or not, but I do see that you're needing to make choices. So whether there's been abundance in your life in the past or not, you're still needing to make choices. Because I do feel that there's like a third person here or a third situation. So a second choice. I mean, the Two of Wands again speaks to choices, but you're going to go with what you desire more. So remember that the Ace of Wands that he's turned his back on is something that he was very connected to in the past. Now, making a choice and moving through that portal, Two of Wands is a portal, and it can relate to contracts, of course, in business, in relation to money as well, and your financial securities. The world is your oyster here, so do take care with the choice that you're going to make. Know that you've got the ability to manifest, because the third card was the Nine of Pentacles, which does speak to abundance. But there's obviously a chapter that's closing up for you with that full moon in Cancer, and you're going to be seeing what you need to do. What is it and who is it that you need to leave behind? Now, this could be a choice between 2 people as well. I mean, we've got someone that's very independent. Here, the Nine of Pentacles, someone that's very, not so nurturing and providing as the Empress. If this is a choice between 2 people, the Empress would be more motherly material. So more about, and it could be an actual mother, more about having the ability to nurture, love, and provide. Whereas the Nine of Pentacles is someone that's not so much about feeling that homely energy, that motherly security. The Nine of Pentacles is someone that knows their worth and they're able to stand alone. So if you're making a choice between 2 people, that is the case, that you're dealing with 2 different people, 2 different energies. Now, some of you could be mothers, and the choice that you could be making is whether you're going to, because you could be looking at, love and your children. What holds the heavier weight? What is more important to you? So you're making the choice a choice to move forward, where your home, your family, your children, and your love life is concerned, dear Cancer. So, and we do have some fire, and we've got some water here. So the Empress is obviously it's Taurus and Libra. Venus is retrograding Capricorn, so it's matters of tough love with Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn is needing to, make those mature decisions and know one's worth, to stand as a mature individual here and not lean so much, on others. Venus through Capricorn is tough love. So maybe some of you are sort of maybe even letting go, severing ties with someone maybe that was not a love connection, that was not nurturing and providing a sense of emotional security. So some of you could be becoming single, so you're choosing to make a choice and start something that you desire, start a new chapter in your life that you desire. So it will be different for each of you. Okay, dear Cancer, I will leave it there. Thank you so much. Good luck with whatever's going on. Next sign is Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and your North Node in Leo. Those of you that are familiar with your own charts, dear Leo, where is your Mars? In which sign is your Mars? If it's in another sign, then watch that other sign. Mars, as I said in the introduction, is what we desire to work towards. Venus is how we love, how we provide security or need that security from others, and it's our money. Now, Mercury retrograding, obviously, is situations coming back from the past. Now, your North Node is your fate, and your Moon is your emotional self. So, Leo, please, Spirit. Leo, thank you, dear Archangels. Leo and Mercury retrograde, mid-January until early February. We have the 10 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Let's take one more. We've got the 9 of Wands. This could be a situation at work where you've seen successes in the past. There was a lot of happiness here. I mean, the 10 of Cups does speak to being fulfilled. This is bliss in the past in relation to work or something that you've been working on. Maybe there's a chapter which is ending, a chapter of bliss and happiness that is asking you to work harder. This is the 8 of Pentacles, which is Virgo. It's all about the details. And the 5 of Cups speaks to cutting your losses and moving on, even though you've gone through a lot. I mean, the 9 of Wands does speak to having gone through many difficulties, but still standing. Maybe even protecting yourself because you've been through a lot. And this could also speak to someone having hurt you, and you are sort of, or maybe, I don't know if, because I see the 9 of Wands as a trust issue card. Look at the way he's looking behind him. So, 9 of Wands could also be someone that's put up a wall or they've blocked you. Okay, and the 5 of Cups we know, and we've got 15 cups here. 15 does speak to that devil energy, doesn't it? Saturnian fears, blockages, narcissistic situations or karmic situations. Maybe even a sexual sort of a connection connected to work. Because remember, the general energy is the Lovers, so it's a head over heart decision. You go from the 10 of Cups to the 5. So it looks like where there was a lot of happiness, something happened, and you've probably been putting a lot of effort towards something that could make you happy, or you can continue a chapter in your life. Maybe something's gone wrong in the past for you, and there are trust issues here, but the focus is not so much, I would say, about putting the work towards a new beginning, because this turns into the Ace. The focus now is, and I would say whichever relationship this is for you, this is like you sort of focusing more on maybe even matters of work and sort of putting love on the back burner, because there's still a lot of bad blood within you and a past relationship maybe here, where there's been trust issues. And the 3 cups spilled, they always remind me of a love triangle with a 3 of Cups. too many people in the picture, a lack of trust. But there is those 2 cups here which are still standing that you are not focusing on at this time. Maybe love has been put on the back burner for some time because you're still mourning a loss from the past. Now, we do have love relationships coming back to the fore, back to your life now with Mercury retrograde. The advice here from the cards is saying, even though maybe there's been a lot of difficult choices in your life, maybe you've been sort of using your logic too much with the Gemini card. You need to listen to your heart, dear Leo. You need to listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? Because with the 9 of Wands, it's someone that's, and I feel it's you mainly, that's been broken. 9 wands are a lot of wands. Like you've done a lot of heavy work. You're ready to close up a cycle that's been really harsh. But your focus now is more in your emotional life, and you're focusing more on the 3 cups that have been spilt. It's as though you're at a very important juncture right now, and you're needing to cross over a bridge. Now, what I've been telling you may also be the person you're dealing with. I do feel that there's a lot to do with trust issues, and that the focus is not so much on love right now. It's more about a sense of securities. And, Venus retrograding in Capricorn can speak to your financial and emotional securities, which are going through a lot of changes right now, as they are for everyone. I feel that you're still standing here. Your burden will end at some point. If there's also been challenges with work, it's saying that you're still standing. You've got the ability to get over this difficult chapter. And you're going through multiple endings here where love is concerned, and maybe even potential contracts. There is something on the table here, and you're still going through changes. 5s always speak to changes, remember. And Spirit says is that you do have the ability right now with Venus in Capricorn to put in the effort. Remember, Venus in Capricorn is tough love, and you are very much of leadership as well, as is Capricorn. So it's all about taking leadership right now. I do feel for you. I know you're going through a lot as Saturn is transiting your 7th house of relationships. So you need to be that mountain goat right now and sort of trust in spirit. Trust what comes through for you, because there are lots of changes going on in your emotional life. The next step after the 5 of Cups is the 6 of Cups. So potentially, and we've got the 6th cup here. So I do feel this is in relation to a past connection where maybe your sort of focus needs to change. And the focus probably will change with Mercury bringing back issues to do with the past. Okay, you're almost at the end of a heavy burden, but you need to trust. You need to trust that you've got the ability through your heart to heal through taking a risk, I feel. I feel that you need to take that, give them one more chance. This is a love connection. Okay, and if this was a difficult choice in matters of love, I do feel that you've got the ability to make the choice. Remember, but come through a place of heart. Don't use your logic. Don't use your mind. Follow your heart. All right, dear Leo? And that was a bit of a difficult reading for you, dear Leo, in comparison to the rest of the signs done up to now, up to here. Do check out your sun, moon, your rising, your Venus, your Mars, and your North Node. At least check out your moon sign So let's go on to the next sign, the sign of Virgo. And Virgo, you are also ruled by Mercury. Therefore, this retrograde will be very important for you. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node in Virgo. Virgo with Mercury retrograde for Virgo, dear archangels. What's coming up for Virgo with this Mercury retrograde? What will come up for Virgo? Oh, wow. Leo had the exact same card in the same position. Wow. 10 of Cups, the Empress. Yeah, it was too good to be true, right? Dear Virgo, this is your energy. 9 of Swords. Now, obviously, 9 of Swords is a very difficult card as we know it. A lot of worries, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of inability to sleep. Too many thoughts, too many worries, too many details concerning, obviously, for some of you, something that you've created, the ability to create something, any matters of love, which is Venus. We've got Taurus, Libra, we've got Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and we've got Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Let's take one more. Oh my goodness, dear Virgo, no wonder you've got the 9 of Swords. We know that these two cards are very similar as they show the lovers in both cards, but remember the Capricorn and Venus retrograding in Capricorn is bringing up all those fears, those blockages, that Saturnian darkness of worry, of what do I need to do. This could also relate to a very strong sexual connection. We've got Capricorn, we've got Taurus, which are earth signs. So this speaks to your emotional securities, your financial securities, anything that you've had the ability to create. This can also speak to a restart. 10 of Cups is a family card. It's the past, maybe reaching a point of bliss and happiness in the past in relation to whether, even if it's business or what you've created or any matters of love. We've got blockages here with the Capricorn card, right? The Devil. And, you know, the Devil, which is narcissistic. You could also be connected to a narcissistic partner, marriage. Okay, and this speaks to, we've got 2 cards of fears. Matters, you know, connected to the past coming back. But, you know, it's interesting that with this full moon in Cancer, which, dear Virgo, right across Cancer is Capricorn, right? And we know that also because Mercury is retrograding in Aquarius, but it's also, which is the mind, and it's communication, it's large groups of people, it's a sense of freedom. Mercury is going back all the way to Capricorn, so we know that Mercury doesn't feel, and I'm just going to restart my camera, hold on a second. We know that Mercury in Capricorn needs to grow up quickly, needs to be wise, needs to get grounded, because Capricorn is earth. It is cardinal, which obviously speaks to taking action. But Mercury is connecting to Pluto. So what this is telling me, dear Virgo, is that anything connected to narcissistic behavior, karma, relationships, unhealthy connections and relationships from the past, whether it's a marriage partner, whether it's a sexual connection, a dark sexual connection from the past, need to transform, because you have 3 chances, as Mercury is going to connect with Pluto 3 times. Where there's been secrecy, things will come through. They will come to the surface so that you could see them, understand them, because what we don't see is what we fear, right? And because we've got the devil here on top of the Nine of Swords, I'm needing to take one more. There's a very strong maturing energy here. Having Venus here, Venus, which does speak to patience, it speaks to manifestation, having the ability to create. Even though there's a lot of fears and a lot of unknown matters going on with maybe a very hard chapter that you're going through, you still have got the ability through patience, because Saturn can also speak to timing, that you're fearing this connection will not work out. So where there was love and happiness in the past, for some of you, you're not seeing the results, you're fearing. But Saturn also promises that you've got the ability to have something long term. Let's take one more and we'll see more likely towards what that is leaning. Oh my God, it's all about timing, dear Virgo. You're going through a difficult chapter, the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a difficult chapter, 7 years. That difficult corner that you're turning, 7 years is Capricorn, and the Saturn chapter, a Saturn 7-year cycle. So you're stuck here. You are stuck, or you're dealing with someone else that is stuck. Now, the Seven of Pentacles does remind me of Capricorn, but it's the Taurus card. So you're looking at your values. And you could also be dealing with someone that is looking at their values. So you've invested in something here, obviously. You've invested, you've worked really hard. Seven does speak to spirit as well. But 7 is Seven of Pentacles, I've built so much, I've invested so much here. So what do I have the ability, what do I have the ability to do? Do I continue nurturing, loving, even though I don't have all the information, this business, this partnership, this love connection? Or is this reading saying that, because I usually see the Empress as pregnant. She's pregnant with an idea or a child, or the potential for manifestation, that within 7 months, possibly, or in the time of Capricorn, which obviously is going to be, for some of you, the end of the year, for others of you in 7 months from January, which can speak to August, or maybe even the 9th month of September, so around your birthday, have the ability to manifest this. But to do this, to manifest this, you need to sever ties with anything that's been unhealthy for you, because that's been stunting your growth. Maybe fear, and could be talking to cross watchers. So Virgo, because we've got another card of being stuck, 3 stuck cards, what's at the bottom? Oh my God, like 4 of Swords. Another card of inaction. 4 Swords, needing to heal. There's been a lot of heartbreak here. Okay, there's been a disappointment. Someone needs to heal, needs to heal possibly a difficult corner or a challenging chapter in their life that they've been moving through. Okay, and we've got 15 and 9, 24, and 7 is 31, and that equals a 4. So the challenges could be coming from your home. 4 is also the Emperor. We could be talking to a connection with an Emperor where they've been going through a lot. So it will be different for each of you. This was another difficult reading. Leo and Virgo pose the most difficult readings. Virgo, we'll have to wait and see, as Mercury will be turning direct. It's all about choices, okay? And the choices are always within us. There's free will, even if you're dealing with a karmic, difficult situation to do with the past, the planets help bring in the changes, the planetary alignments. So next sign, let's go on to Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus, Mars, and North Node. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Libra. For Libra, my goodness. 2 4s and a 9 of Swords. Let's take one more on that. 4 of Pentacles. Wow. So it does speak to a possible new beginning. A possible second chance. Yes. Someone's been holding back on their true emotions. Someone hasn't had the ability to make a choice, to move forward in love. There are regrets here, but also second chances, and the ability to, because someone may have made a choice to move forward. The 4 of Cups, 4s first of all speak to home, family. We know that there's a full moon happening in Cancer, which is the 4th house, so it's got a lot to do with our emotional securities, financial securities, and they could also be things that sort of play a part within our lives. So we do see the Miser card here, mischances, boredom, unhappiness in love, lots of worry, anxiety because of our perception or just being too much about the details, a sense of unjust matters going on here, right? Libra, you're all about balance and relationships. Looks like you haven't been balanced within your life. There is a potential for second chances, I'm going to say here, with new beginnings. Ace of Cups, right? And remember, Mercury retrograde is retrograding in Aquarius, which is trining you. So possibly this is flowing energy, so to receive information, maybe with matters or relationships of the past where maybe the timing was off and there's been mischances here. Now in this deck we see that there has been a lack of focus on this cup. Someone was focusing more on some sort of a celebration of the past, or something also connected to gossip or other people, right, which has brought a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. Now someone may be not accepting your offer in the past, and that's worried you a lot, and they've been holding back, not messaging back. The 4 of Coins is usually my Taurus card. Someone's protecting their heart. Someone's feeling unloved, and you know, Venus moving and retrograding through the sign of Capricorn is someone that's feeling unloved or scared to love because they've been hurt before. But there is a potential here for a new beginning, dear Libra. And the home is going to be very, so your emotional happiness, security, and your home is very connected to the time right now. So maybe love not blooming, or mischances, or the inability to move forward because of anything connected to your home. Is it traditions? Is it your family? Is it your children? For those of you that have got children. Now this could also be someone having been rethinking or, you know, rehashing. And there's a gift here. There's a potential offer here. Okay, where someone maybe was not looking at it in the past. Now there's a second potential chance for a new beginning. And now I'm going to say also for others of you that someone you've tried very hard and they have not even considered, they haven't considered your offer of love. They just, you know, they've sort of blocked you. Then this is a potential for a new beginning with someone new, dear Libra. So I will leave it there. Thank you so much, dear Libra. I'm wishing you luck. Let's go on to the next sign, which is Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and the North Node. Scorpio, thank you, Spirit. And we have Six of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and we've got the Sun. This is beautiful, dear Scorpio. Absolutely. So there's a possibility for a new beginning. For a new beginning in a very happy connection. Or you're taking a risk now because the Six of Cups is a soulmate connection, which has got to do with the past. This is the past, present, future, possibly. Six of Cups, yes, can relate to children. The Page can be a child, and the Sun can speak to childlike energies, children. You've got the ability to create. Now, some of you could be feeling like a child because you could have a soulmate coming through from the past, someone who is sending you a message which promises something stable, long-term. There's a lot of happiness. This is heartfelt energy. This is happiness. This is childlike energies. You've got the ability to create. This is a new, for some of you, this could be, some of you could also have children and be parents. You've got the ability here with the Sun to start maybe even a new connection, because we know that Leo can speak to new connections where there's a lot of flirtation, a possible chance that you've got a new meeting here with someone maybe that seems like you've known them forever, maybe from a past lifetime, but also this could also be someone that you went to school with, because remember, we've got a student here. And someone's been maybe thinking about this for quite some time now. It could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or it could be someone that's got strong water. So Pisces, Cancer, and Pisces, Cancer, and, well, you are Scorpio, and Scorpio. It's nearly lost it there, but we've got also the Gemini energies. And Gemini, we know, is decisions, right? The North Node is facing Gemini, but dear Scorpio, with the nodes shifting, it will be very important for you. Very, very important, because your life is changing. You are leaving. You're leaving matters to do with the past. Karmic shedding is going to be playing out for you for the next 18 months. So this is like a rebirth, like a sense of rebirth. And you're also looking at your values. Are you in a relationship? Are you in a situation where you're being valued? Are those people in your life, are they valuing you? We've got the possibility for a soulmate connection to do with the past, a message of stability and promise for the long term, and a lot of happiness here. This is the light of the Sun coming into your life. Maybe you are dealing with someone, maybe a Leo, who could be someone that's quite successful in what they do, someone very creative, someone that's very loving and nurturing and very open with their emotions. And remember, Scorpio, you are someone that's not so open and out there. Unless you've got strong Leo in your chart. For instance, you're a Scorpio and you've got Leo rising, then this would be your energy. That, Leo is all about being out there. It's not holding on to secrets about where their heart lies, as the Leo archetype is very generous with their heart. Now, the downside to that, because the Sun, yes, is the most positive card in the deck, but I'm not reading reversal, so I'm thinking maybe there was a little bit of ego between the two of you. This could also bring a sense of healing to that ego. Some of you will be feeling very childlike in this Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of happiness here. I mean, the Sun can also speak to reconciliation, dear Scorpio. Reconciling with someone from your past. Okay? All right, so that's what I have for you, dear Scorpio. That was, I think, one of the easiest readings out of all the signs. Let's go on to the next sign and the last sign, which is Sagittarius. So, dear Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you with Mercury retrograding, Sun, Moon, rising. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node in Sagittarius. What's going on, dear Sagittarius? As we know, your ruling planet is now in Pisces. That is a beautiful sign. So there's possible magic happening for you. Let's see, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Mercury retrograde. We have the King of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, and this is your card. And we've got the Fool. Beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely beautiful. Now, some of you could be dealing with an Aries. This could be in relation to business. I mean, remember the Lover's card? It's head over heart decisions concerning business. The King of Wands, I see as Sagittarius very often. The King of Wands is a business owner, an entrepreneur. He knows where his passion lies. He knows what he wants to create. Now, in the past, you did hold a powerful position and the ability to create, to manifest, and take leadership. Now, with the Knight of Wands, which is knights are all about action. They're all about movement. Here, he's sitting on his throne. Here, you're taking action and moving towards something in relation to your desires, whether it's something you're creating in work. There's a new chapter. You're taking a risk. You're taking a leap off that cliff. You're taking a leap of faith. You're ready to go on that journey to create. Now, it can speak to choices between two different people. Okay, because the wands always speak to the ability to create and what you desire. Now, dear Sagittarius, remember you've been going through the last 18 months through a lot of purging. You've been purging lots of things to do with the past. And we know that Mercury retrograde does bring up situations connected to the past. So I don't know if you're more about taking action, you're willing to take action than waiting. I mean, waiting for the action to come towards to you, for someone to act and, move towards you. I do feel here that this could be pointing back to something to do with the past. Why? Because we've got the King and then the Knight, and he's facing the past. So it can speak to someone leading, something having an ability to create, and someone being in a position of power. But now it's all about taking action to move towards that, to recreate, through this time taking a risk. Now we know that the King of Wands, because wands are all about fire, and fire can speak to risky business. Maybe someone not having taken a risk in the past, now it's more about taking that risk, which will open doors to a brand new cycle. Now, can relate to business, can relate to a sexual relationship, can relate to making a choice, right? And yes, this can also bring friendships back from the past, because we've got the dog here, which is loyalty, friendship, and so on. Let's take one more card. And we've got the High Priestess. So we go from the 0 to the 2. The High Priestess is usually a third person within a love relationship, a secretive, spiritual hidden connection that maybe some of you are actually moving towards. You could be at a physical distance also to this spiritual connection, or now you're ready, or through the challenges that you've gone through, maybe you've grown spiritually. Remember that the High Priestess, she's a priestess. She's all about wisdom, strong intuition, knowing that Spirit has got your back. Some of you are also, or have been seeking knowledge through tarot and astrology concerning, the ability to manifest, to manifest something that speaks to your desires. So a secretive sexual connection, a business connected to astrology, tarot reading, mysticism. And we know that the High Priestess is also usually a third person. So you're seeking the wisdom, and remember the High Priestess is Pisces and Virgo. Some of you could be connected to a third person, one that is more inclined towards mysticism and, you know, the mystical realms, the, you know, things connected to spirit. Now, the High Priestess is a number 2. She speaks to balance. 2s could speak to choices. The Lovers is a 6. And that is a head over heart decision. Remember, she is a new moon goddess. It's all about the moon, so it speaks to our emotions, things that are hidden. Now, we've got a full moon happening in the sign of Cancer. So on the axis, Cancer and Capricorn. So, dear Sagittarius, it's, you know, it's Capricorn is where the sun is right now, and it's in your house of values. So some of you maybe are looking at, you know, matters connected to your values, your financial security, your values connected to your emotional securities. And that full moon is happening for you in your 8th house. So there's a death and a transformation, obviously, because having the Fool card here means that you've ended a major, difficult karmic chapter. So you've passed the World card and you've got the Fool card here. And obviously this is closing up a major chapter in your life connected to secrecy. And you're starting something new here, a new chapter where you're taking action, you're covering ground. You're physically traveling as well to a secretive, maybe, connection with someone that could be at a physical distance to you. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the Judgment card. There's the Plutonian energy, which says that there's second chances. There's a critical moment, though, that you're going through. A critical moment where you haven't been happy. You haven't been living. Archangel Michael is saying it's time to resurrect your life. There are second chances and there's help coming through from Spirit. But this is also a resurrection. This is help coming through from Spirit. Trust in that. So if it's not you making a decision, a critical decision, it could be someone else. It could be this High Priestess. Okay, so it will be different for each of you. Okay, you are following your desire, it's more about passion, and you're listening to your higher self. If not, it's the other person you're dealing with. Okay, and I'm going to say also that some of you there's been an ending because of someone being very much a player, not being settled, not knowing, not being able to commit to a relationship because of business, and we could have 2 different people here. I mean, we've got a Knight and a King, could be 2 people. 2 different people that we could have Sagittarius and Leo, or Aries and Leo, but it's all related to fire, and fire has got the possibility to burn through and end things, or have the ability to create through desire, through that Martian energy. Now, dear Sagittarius, Mars is moving through your sign. So the fire is beneath you. You're very much about taking action, taking risks, and moving forward with your truth. And you know that it's not going to be easy, but you're willing to take that risk. Okay, so I will leave it there. I hope that that works for you. I hope that you've received some messages, dear Sagittarius. Love and light. Thank you so much. I will catch up with you soon. Ta-da.